Speaking test instructions. The speaking test is about 20 minutes long. It contains 8 separate speaking tasks. Do your best to answer every question. Your preparation time begins as soon as the prompt appears. Read the question and organize your ideas. When you hear "Start speaking now," begin your answer right away. When you hear "Time is up," finish your sentence and stop speaking. Start speaking now. Time is up.
My favorite place in my city is a small, independent bookstore called The Written Word. It's located downtown, on a quiet street, and I started going there when I first moved to the city about 5 years ago. It feels like a second home to me. First, I love the smell of old books and fresh coffee when I walk in. The staff are always friendly and they know a lot about different authors. Also, they have comfortable armchairs where I can sit and read for hours without anyone bothering me. For example, last Saturday, I spent an afternoon there, just browsing new fantasy novels and sipping a warm tea. I felt so relaxed and happy. Because it is small, the store has a cozy feeling that bigger chain stores do not have. Finally, they often host local writers for book readings, which is a great way to meet people and hear new stories. It is truly a special spot where I can escape the busy city life.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
Hi Maya. I heard you are feeling a bit worried about managing your time when you start your new job. Don't stress too much. I have some tips that should really help you create a good daily schedule and feel more organized. First, you should try to identify your main priorities each day. Think about the most important tasks that absolutely need to get done and list them. This could help you focus your energy. Second, you could try using a planner, either a physical one or an app on your phone, to block out specific times for those tasks. Being consistent with your planning is key. You might also want to schedule short breaks throughout the day to avoid burnout. Finally, remember to be flexible with your schedule. Sometimes unexpected things happen, so it's okay if you need to adjust your plans a little. I'm sure these steps will help you succeed. Let me know how it goes.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
Hello. I'd love to tell you about an unforgettable trip I took a few years ago. It was a short camping trip to Algonquin Provincial Park in Ontario with my family. We went in the early fall, so the weather was cool and the leaves on the trees were starting to change colors. We spent most of our time hiking on the forest trails, and we even saw some deer and a moose near a lake. We also paddled a canoe across a calm lake one afternoon. It was so peaceful and quiet there, and I felt very relaxed and happy to be surrounded by nature. At night, we sat around a campfire and roasted marshmallows, sharing stories. This trip was special because it was a chance to disconnect from city life and enjoy time together as a family. I learned how important it is to spend time outdoors, and it's a memory I often think about when I need a moment of peace.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
The picture shows two people ice skating on an indoor rink. They look like they are learning or skating for fun, not competing. It's a peaceful scene with a bright, clean background. On the left, there is a person wearing a red winter coat, blue jeans, and a black helmet. They have a colorful plaid scarf and gloves. This person is looking towards the right, smiling slightly, and seems a bit new to skating. On the right, another person is wearing a blue jacket, dark pants, and a white helmet. They also have a gray scarf and gloves. This person is holding the first person's hand, looking forward, and seems to be guiding them. The ice rink is white with yellow and blue lines along the edges. The overall atmosphere feels friendly and encouraging.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
The two people are currently skating together on the ice, and one is helping the other. First, the person in the blue jacket will probably continue to hold the other person's hand and guide them across the ice. They might skate slowly around the rink a few more times. Next, the person in the red coat might start to feel more confident on their skates. If they feel stable, they could try to skate a little bit on their own, perhaps for a short distance. After that, they might even try to go a bit faster or try a simple turn. With the other person still nearby for support, the person in blue will likely keep offering encouragement and advice. Eventually, they might decide to take a break, maybe get a hot chocolate. Because skating can be tiring, the day is likely to end with them both feeling happy and accomplished.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
Hey, so for our camping trip, I've been looking at these two tents, and I really think the forest dweller is the better option for us. It seems much more practical for what we need. First, it sleeps two people, which is perfect for just the two of us. The Basecamp Pro sleeps 4 to 6, and that's much larger than we need, so it would just be extra weight to carry. Second, the Forest Dweller is a lightweight design, so it will be easier to carry on the trails. The Basecamp Pro is heavy because of its durable fabric. Also, the Forest Dweller has an easy setup, taking only about 10 minutes. The Basecamp Pro takes 20 minutes, which is longer and might be annoying if it's getting dark. While the Basecamp Pro is good for all seasons. We are going in warm weather, so that feature isn't as important. Don't you think the Forest Dweller sounds more suitable for our trip?
Start speaking now. Time is up.
Okay, I see your point about the cabin, but I still think the Forest Dweller tent is the best choice for our trip. Mostly because of the practicality of it. Our tent sleeps too, just like the cabin, but the cabin costs $150 per night. That is quite expensive for a weekend trip. And our tent is free since we already own it. With the tent, we will save a lot of money, which we could use for other fun activities or food. Also, staying in a tent gives us a more authentic camping experience. If we stay in a cabin, we might miss out on the feeling of being truly in nature. Like hearing the sounds of the forest at night. The cabin has beds and a kitchen, which is nice, but part of camping is about roughing it a little. The tent's easy setup also means we can pick almost any spot in the park. We are going for a true outdoor adventure, right?
Start speaking now. Time is up.
Hi everyone. I'm so sorry, but I have some urgent news about our potluck dinner this Saturday. My cousin suddenly needs help moving, and it's the same day as our party. I know this is short notice, but I really need to help him. Because of this, we will have to postpone our potluck this Saturday. I was thinking we could reschedule it for next Saturday instead. If that works for most of you, I could also make it a barbecue in my backyard since the weather should be nice then. That might be a fun change. If you still want to bring your dishes, that would be great, or we can just enjoy a simple meal together. I could also order some pizzas for everyone as a thank you for being so flexible. I really hope you can still make it next week. Please let me know what you think and if the new date works for you. Hi Jack, I heard about your urgent moving situation, and I really want to help. But I have a problem. I already planned a potluck dinner at my place for my friends this Saturday. I made this plan a while ago, so it's hard for me to cancel on them now. I feel bad because I know moving is a big job and you need help. However, I have a reasonable idea. I could come over on Friday evening after work and help you pack some boxes. We might be able to get a lot done then. Also, I could find a few friends who are free on Saturday morning, and they could come help you for a few hours. I will also pay for a small moving truck for you, so you don't have to worry about that cost. I really hope these suggestions help you with your move. Please let me know if any of these options sound good to you.
Start speaking now. Time is up.
I disagree with the idea that owning a car is always more beneficial than using public transportation in a city. For many people, public transit can actually be a better choice. First, using public transportation like buses or subways is often much cheaper than owning a car. You don't have to pay for gas, insurance, parking, or maintenance, which can save a lot of money every month. For example, my monthly bus pass costs far less than what my friend pays just for gas each month. Also, taking public transit is usually less stressful because you don't have to worry about traffic jams or finding a parking spot. You can relax, read a book, or listen to music during your commute. However, I understand that a car offers more flexibility for some people, especially if they live far from bus stops or need to carry many things. But for most city dwellers, public transport is a very practical option. It also helps the environment by reducing the number of cars on the road. Therefore, considering the lower costs and reduced stress, I believe public transportation is often more beneficial in a city than owning a car.
Start speaking now. Time is up. Time is up.
Hey Tom, you won't believe what I just found deep in the forest. I'm still a bit shocked. Because it's so unusual. Right in the middle of these really green trees, there's an astronaut sitting at a wooden picnic table. He's wearing a full white spacesuit with an American flag patch. And his helmet visor is golden. He's actually eating a sandwich. There's another helmet on the table next to a second sandwich. So maybe someone else is coming. The sunlight is shining through the leaves, making everything look very bright and magical. There's also a small stream flowing nearby. It feels very peaceful, but also very strange to see a spaceman having lunch in the woods. I can hear birds, but it's still very quiet. What do you think he's doing here?